Fast Mind, good evening and welcome to the Manx Radio Folk Show with me, John Barker, playing you the best in folk and roots music from the Isle of Man and from all around the world. And tonight I start with a fantastic piece of Cajun music, the Kaplan Waltz. A rather abrupt ending to that, the Kaplan Waltz by Nathan Absher, Dewey Balfour and the Balfour Brothers. I found that on an album called 21 Cajun Classics. So welcome back to the Folk Show. After a 1-week hiatus, normal services resumed in May. Although having said that, I'm recording all of May's shows in advance because I got a very busy month, what with family coming over from Spain, bands appearing at the Institute, a trip to Shrewsbury, and also 2 weeks kayaking in the Lofoten Islands in Norway. So there may be a dearth of information about local gigs, etc. over the next few shows. But for tonight, let's continue with another track from the album Turnstone. That's the new one by Gigspanner Big Band, and this is a song I know very well from the playing of Martin Carthy, Bert Jansch and many others. It's Survey.
Sauvé, sauvé, oh Lord. dressed herself in man's array, with a brace of pistols all by her side, to meet her true love, to meet her true love, away she rides. As she was galloping over the plain, she spied her true love and bid him stand. Stand and deliver, young man, she said, and if you do not, I'll shoot you dead. He delivered up his golden store, but still she prayed for one thing more, that diamond ring that I see you wear. Oh, hand it over and your life I'll spare. My diamond ring I will not part, for it's a token from my sweetheart. Shoot and be damned, you rogue, said he, and you'll be hanged then, for murdering me. Next morning in the garden green, young Sauve and her true love was seen. He spied his watch hanging from her clothes, which made him blush, lads, like any rose. Why do you blush, you silly young thing? I thought to have that diamond ring, to beside her robe you wore on that plain. So here's your gold, love, here's your gold and your watch and chain. I only did it for to know if you would be my true love or no. If you had given me that ring, she said, I'd have pulled the trigger and shot you dead.
A very dramatic version of the song Survey, there by the Gigspanner Big Band, featuring Peter Knight and Hannah Martin on vocals. Hannah, of course, is one half of Edgelarks, along with Philip Henry, who is also on that track playing slide guitar. They appeared at the Institute in Laxey on the 20th of March 2020, immediately before the first lockdown. They only just got back to the UK. And looking down the playlist for tonight's show, it's a total coincidence, I assure you, but many of the artists I'm playing tonight have actually appeared at the Institute too. And the first of those is one of the most recent, Chris Drever. He's a member of Lau, alongside Martin Green and Aidan O'Rourke. And here's one of my favourite tracks of theirs from the album Race the Loser. This is Throwing Pennies.
Star can't
for shelter. I see my breath most nights. I broke my ties with the folk at home. I weighed my heart with an anchor made of stone. And it came to pass, I find myself here with you in my arms. No loneliness I fear. Thrown around, throw in a pound, slow down, throw a penny to the man on the ground. The tarmac's a blanket, it warms the stony earth. The scholars know knowledge will show the world their worth. We the unwanted who love these mortal souls, if there's a net meant to catch us, it's riddled with holes. You, my friend, you'll never falter as long as you live. You'll never alter. Thrown around, throw in a pound, slow down, throw a penny to the man on the ground. Thrown around, throw in a pound, slow down, throw a penny to the man on the ground.
Next, some tunes from Silly Wizard, The Lad from Orkney, Reel Vieira, and Richard Dwyer's Reel. Well, that goes along with a fair old lick, doesn't it? Silly Wizard from an album called Wild and Beautiful from 1981. Next, an English-German-Russian close harmony trio, Mitchell Pfeiffer Kulesh, who are releasing the opening track of their album Flowers as a single this week, with an accompanying video. It's My Love Is in Germany. The release date is the 8th of May 2025, and that marks the 80th anniversary of VE Day.
My love's in Germany. Send him home, send him home. My love's in Germany. Send him home. He is brave as brave can be. Send him home, send him home. He is brave as brave can be. Send him home. He is brave as brave can be. He would rather fall than flee. Always life so dear to me. Send him home, send him home. Always life so dear to me. Send him home. Our fours are 10 to 3. Send him home, send him home. Our fours are 10 to 3. Send him home. Our fours are 10 to 3. He would rather fall than flee. All his life your schemes alone. In the state, oh, leave your schemes alone. Well, alone. Leave your schemes alone. Adore the rising sun and send our young men home. Send them home, send them home. Send all the young men home. Send them home.
A couple of weeks ago, I played you a track by Joe Phelps, an American guitarist and singer. It was his version of Goodnight Irene. Here's a track from the same album, Shine-Eyed Mr. Zen, and it's his version of the traditional song House Carpenter.
We'll meet sitting on true love. We'll meet sitting here. I'm just returned from the soul sea, and it's all for the love of me. Come in, my old true love. In heaven, seat with me. Yeah, it's been 3/4 of a long, long year since together we have been. I can't come in, no, I can't come in, I can't sit down. For I haven't but a moment's time. Yeah, they say you are married to a house carpenter, and your heart will never be mine. Yet I could marry king's daughter dear, and I'm sure she'd have married me, but I've forsaken her crowns of gold, and it's all for love of me. Yeah, will you forsaken your house carpenter? Yeah, I'm going along with me. Yeah, I'll take you where the grass grows green, on the banks of the deep blue sea, on the banks of the deep blue sea, on the banks of the deep blue sea. Picked up her little baby, yeah, and kisses gave it 3. Stay right here, my darling little babe, oh, and keep your papa company. Hadn't been on ship but about 2 weeks, yet I'm sure it was not 3 till his true love began to weep, more than she weep most bitterly. Says that, are you weeping for my silver or my gold. Are you weeping for my silver or my store? Are you weeping for your house carpenter whose face you'll never see no more? Hell, I'm not weeping for your silver or your gold. Oh, I'm not weeping for your store. I am weeping for my darling little babe, whose face I'll never see no more. Hadn't been on the ship but about 3 weeks. But I'm sure it was nightfall till they sprung a leak in the bottom of the ship. It sunk and never rise no more. It sunk and never rise no more. Sunk and never rise no more.
I've been playing lots of music from Jenn Butterworth's new album, Her by Design. But Jenn as a solo artist is a relatively new aspect of her career, and she's a member of several lineups, and of course has appeared at the Institute alongside Will Pound. More of Will later. But Jenn is a member of the Canaris Quintet, alongside Eileen Reid, Fionn McCaskill and Laura Wilkie on fiddles, and Laura Beth Salter on mandolin. Here's a track from their album Free One, and it's called Can You Repeat That Please? The Fisherman in the Wardrobe. I wonder if those two statements are related. rarity is a Scottish singer with a wonderful voice. Here's a track from her debut album, Neath the Gloaming Star, from 2018, and it's Braw Sailing on the Sea.
There come a letter late yesterday. Her ship maun sail the morn. Alas, cried the bonny lass, that ever I was born, and it's braw sailing on the sea when wind and weather's fair. It's better to be in my love's ears, and Ogan I were there. He's coming to her father's house at 12 o'clock at noon. Oh, the lassie being proud here tell, she would not let him in, and it's braw sailing on the sea when wind and weather's fair. Oh, it's better to be in my love's arms, and Ogan I were there. But he's ta'en a ring frae his pocket. It cost him guineas three, saying, "Tak ye that, my bonny lass, and I think we'll owe me." But she's ta'en a ring frae her pocket. It cost her shillings nine, saying, "Tak ye that, my bonny lad, for I hae changed my mind, and it's braw sailing on the sea when wind and weather's fair. Oh, it's better to be in my love's arms, and Ogan I were there, and it's braw sailing on the sea when wind and weather's fair. It's better to be in my love's arms, and Ogan I were there.
Staying in Scotland, now let's have another track from the new Trip album, In Terror's Keep. Alice says that the full album is now out on Bandcamp and it'll be out on streaming on the 16th of May. Here's an instrumental from it, Sutherland's. The track starts with a tune called You Cottage, which is written by Alice Sutherland. hence the name of the track, and that's followed by The Dusty Pigeon, written by Michael Biggins, Isla Collister, Tiernan Carell and Rory Matheson of the band. And at the very end of the track you'll hear the march You Cottage come back in for the finish. Here's a track from Will Pound's wonderful album A Day Will Come, where he recorded tunes from each of the European Union countries, in a protest against Brexit, of course. This track features tunes from Poland and Finland, Krakowiak and Elin Polka, along with a poem read by the Polish poet Bodron Piasecki. I saw them perform this whole album at Shrewsbury, and it really was one of the finest sets I've seen. Jenn Butterworth is on guitar, and Will, of course, is on harmonica and melodeon, among a wonderful band.
Friday morning, and I'm crying by myself in the kids' bedroom, leaning on the changing table like it's a lectern, delivering a shocked speech to a white wall. Muse punch so strong I think my bruise might come back. The doorbell rings, and I wipe my face with size 4 Pampers. A neighbour stands there with a box of assorted apologies. It's not your fault, I tell her, as our house tilts and begins sliding towards the river. I just wanted to do something, she says, looking away. When we're leaving, the last thing I carried down the stairs were 10 cardboard boxes of books, so heavy they bruised my stomach where I had balanced them just above the buckle. And we drove west in our borrowed car for days. When it was my turn to rest, I lifted up my shirt and watched a star-shaped contusion stowed away on my skin. It went transparent after we swapped seats so I could try my hand at driving on the left. By the time we unpacked our bikes, our non-stick pan and our 2 chairs, the bruise had gone. Drzewo szumi, I tell my son. He smiles and nods and asks if it's answering the wind. He thinks the radio in the car makes the same sound when we drive through the ring road tunnels. What's the sound called in English? A rustle, maybe? He smacks his lips. We turn the corner. The speakers crackle, and I don't tell him about waves, or willows, or crowds. The radio shooms, Daddy, he says, his smile only just making it into the rear view. Dad, listen to its shoom, he says, and I do. All of me turns into hearing, just like my mother taught me. szept i szelest jak przez szklane szybki okien. Podglądać zaskoczonym wzrokiem, jak wszystko wokół tonie pod rwącym potokiem słów. Jak pod bokiem rośnie powódź brzmień, wyszkaptów, basów, szumów, skrzytów, grzmień. Tak patrzeć jak codziennie bardziej wzrasta cień fali słów wyższe niż najwyższe domy miasta. Dzień ciszy nie przebije chmury brzmień, gdyż ja boję się ciszy i nawet gdy nikt nie słyszy nic, ja chowam się w słowach, którymi kipi moja głowa, mózg. Gniew nie opada w pół, pewnie trzeba być cieniem kiełku. Nuda jest kiełku, tu gdzie jest hałas. Cisza nigdy nie zaświtała, ja w mętnym szumie zasłyszanych dźwięków pławię się sam, spokojny, bez lęku i w ciszy, ciszej niż na cisze. Echo pierwszego słowa zawsze słyszę.
Well, that's just about all I've got time for tonight. I'll just leave you with a track by The Often Heard, who are appearing at the Institute this Friday night. Do join me next week for another show of great folk and roots music from the Isle of Man and from all around the world.
From my rooftop window, one of them black, one of them white. I can hear them calling on this sunny morning. After that foggy night, forgive me if I seem a little underwhelmed. I knew the question would arise. I took a pause and held my heart, yet I'd be lying if I said the thought never crossed my mind. Still away until the break of day, where we go, I don't mind. Hide from the cool summer rain, as long as we never run. Now the hills are made of steel and gray. How it begs me to leave the rain behind. Go ahead, you can send some sunshine my way. I can promise I'll never be that kind. Steal away until the break of day, where we go, I don't mind. We can hide from the cool summer rain, as long as we never run.
until the break of day. Where we go, I don't mind. We could hide from the cool summer rain as long